Leicestershire lost for the third time in 4 LV County Championship games this summer, while Lancashire made it 3 wins from 5 to stay at the top of the second division table after Tom Bailey bagged the first 5-wicket haul of his career to see his side win at Grace Road by 244 runs. A draw seemed the most likely outcome as the last day began with Lancashire on 39 for 2 in their second innings for a lead of 158. The initial job for Alvaro Peterson and Ashwell Prince to get enough runs for a declaration later. 32 had been added in the first 8 overs when Peterson, on 34, was LBW to Ben Rain, who in spite of his figures was excellent throughout this match. Stephen Croft followed in the same manner to the tumbling Clint Mackay 10 minutes later to leave the visitors on 72 for 4, but with the knowledge that the ball was still doing plenty on this 4th day pitch. That meant that, in spite of a lead closing in on 200, Lancashire would have felt pretty good. They still needed more, of course, and with Prince simply accumulating runs, as he's done all season thus far, the second division leaders were able to get into the position they wanted to be in at the start of this day. Prince found excellent support from Alex Davis, a young man making a real impression in what is really his first full season after he played 10 matches in the relegation campaign of 2014. He was soon showing his intentions with this shot off Charlie Shrek. A shower brought about an early lunch which was taken with a total on 146 for 4 and the lead at 265. Prince having reached another 50 off 85 balls, the 5th time the South African has got that far in 8 championship innings this summer, a stat which tells you why he is back on top of the run scoring chart in the second division. It was all about rapid runs as the afternoon got underway, and that often means some different types of shots. Davis got away with this. Before he too was at a half century, his 4th of the summer, and one which was made off only 49 balls with 7 fours included. He'd added a 3-figure partnership with Prince for the 5th wicket to take his side close to the declaration point, the lead now around about 300. Davis fell for 54, thumping this shot off Mackay to Mark Cosgrove. And after Prince had moved on to 76, the declaration arrived with a total on 203 for 5, and that gave Leicestershire a target of 323 in a minimum of 59 overs. But yet again, one awful session cost the Foxes, as it has done so often over the last few years. Lewis Hill and Angus Robson opened up with a stand of 20, but that was as good as it got for the home team. It was the 24-year-old Bailey who came into his own, first sending Hill on his way, Paul Horton watching the ball into his hands in spite of a dive from Davis. Bailey struck again in his next over before another run had been added, Ned Eckersley having his stumps demolished. Kyle Jarvis, the division's leading wicket taker, then joined in by delivering a brutal bouncer to Cosgrove, who only knew where the ball had gone when it landed into the gloves of Davis. A 4th wicket for 5 runs arrived in Jarvis's next over, Neil Pinner completing a pair in this match as he helped another short ball from Jarvis into the hands of Simon Carrigan in the deep. And it got even worse for Leicestershire. Bailey struck for a 3rd time in his next over, Robson edging him to Croft. Before Rain fell 2 balls later to a ball which possibly kept low, Bailey with 4 wickets to his name in an innings for the first time in his career. Almost unbelievably, Leicestershire then found themselves on 29 for 7 as Bailey bagged a very cheap 5-fer, Niall O'Brien on his way after nicking to Croft. In 47 balls, Leicestershire had lost 7 wickets for 9 runs, and only Mackay threatened to alter the trend. The home team headed to tea almost out on 41 for 8, Tom Wells the 8th to go as he played Jordan Clark back on. It was already as good as over, Leicestershire collapsing as they had done after tea at the Oval last week when everything went pear-shaped with the ball against Surrey. Mackay had made a top score of 24 when he top-edged to pull off Nathan Buck. And it was over and done with in the 31st over when Shrek deflected a short ball from Buck to Prince. Leicestershire were all out for 78, Bailey with these superb figures of 9 overs, 5 maidens, 5 for 12. Leicestershire must wonder what on earth can go wrong next after again staying in a game for so long. They lost this one by 244 runs, which saw them leave with only 4 points, while Lancashire stayed top after collecting 23 for their efforts. After losing to Gloucestershire last time out, they will now be full of confidence as they head to Southport from Sunday to take on Derbyshire, a team they've already defeated in this competition this summer.